Russell.
I'm Lauren.
And today we have a wonderful episode planned for you. Yesterday we watched Doom. We watched the fabled Doom DVD.
We broke out the Doom DVD.
It was actually the 4K Blu-ray, but we did that. So, before we start talking about that, Lauren, let's make this quick and painless.
Okay.
What have you been enjoying on the good screen?
Well, before I say that, I want to formally apologize to anyone who listened to last week's episode, because apparently I was sitting too close to the microphone and you could hear me breathing the whole time, and that's really embarrassing.
It is really embarrassing. There was part of it that, there was a part where I turned it down for you, or I told you to go away, basically, and it got better, but, like,
okay.
You were noticeably high. We'll figure it out eventually,
yeah.
Like, I guess one of us is louder than the other, and it's kind of weird. But I'm looking at the waveform now, and it's pretty equal.
Okay.
All right. Well, Lauren, go ahead and tell us what you've been enjoying on the good screen.
Yeah, I have been playing Story of Seasons: Friends of Mineral Town.
Woo!
Ooh, and it's really fun. It's cute. I see where Stardew Valley comes from.
Yeah.
But
now, how did you start playing this game?
You have it.
Yes.
You bought it.
I did.
And I said, I want to play. And you said, okay. And then I started to play it.
Very interesting story.
Yes.
Wow.
That's how I played most video games.
Yeah. So I forced this one. The only time I ever forced anything on Lauren, it's when to play a game.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't really feel forceful, though. At
Really?
first, I kind of felt like, I don't know if I'm really going to keep playing this or not.
But it's good.
But, like, it's kind of just like with Stardew. Like, once you get through the first, like, season or two and get a swing going, or not a swing,
Rhythm?
A rhythm.
Yeah.
Like, get in the swing of things.
Get in the swing of things, yes.
Yes. It's funner. Although I am in winter right now, and it's pretty boring.
Yeah, winter sucks.
Winter sucks.
Even
big
in real
penis.
life.
Even in real life.
What if they made one of those harvest simulators, Harvest Moon games?
Yeah.
And it was just in a world where winter didn't exist.
Oh my god.
Wouldn't that be good?
That'd be so good. I mean, you could just sleep through all of winter, but I'm trying to, like, make money and get married.
Oh, yeah.
So.
That's the time of the year where you know.
Yeah, you hunker down.
You hunker down a little bit.
Yeah.
What was I going to say?
You started playing Pioneer Town.
I started playing Pioneers of Olive Town.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I haven't played too much about it. I'll probably talk about it next week. I haven't even gone through a whole season yet.
Yeah.
But I pre-ordered. Yeah. Go. Anything else before we get into my stuff?
Oh, well, did you want to talk about Puss in Boots now or later?
We're going to talk about that later.
Okay, then yeah.
We're going to talk about it after we talk about our stuff.
Sneak preview. We saw Puss in Boots this week.
We saw Puss in Boots.
It was really good.
This is the benefit of us doing the podcast really late. Lauren had COVID.
Yeah, also, I had COVID. But I'm better now.
You had, like, really weak COVID, but apparently that's just how it is now.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm also double vaxxed, so even it's going to be a lot weaker.
Yeah. I didn't get it at all.
No. You also take vitamin C.
I took my vitamin C every day last week. And vitamin D, and I feel fine.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, it was strange that I didn't get it. Two of our friends got it too. Well, got a cold, basically, for a day or two.
Yeah, I feel... Well,
they didn't test themselves, though, I don't think.
Yeah, mine was definitely probably stronger than what they had, because they made it sound like theirs was just, like, in and out. Mine was, like, a whole week.
So what we learned here is I gave everyone COVID.
No, it was Tyler.
You think it was Tyler?
I think it was Tyler.
We'll have Tyler on one time, and we'll confront him about that.
He's had COVID maybe at least a dozen times.
He said he only had it twice.
I don't believe him. He's sick
But he
every
was
other
just
day.
getting over it when he came over that one day.
Yeah, we hosted a micro super spreader event.
We did. Well, anyway, it's so strange how things are so different now, and we just kind of let this stuff happen. But all right, well, I'll talk about what I've been enjoying on the good screen.
Okay.
I've been playing Halo Infinite campaign with Will.
Yeah.
I know last week I announced that I finished the battle pass for the winter update, which is 30 levels.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten very far in the battle pass this week because Will and I have been playing the campaign. In fact, we're probably going to play the campaign
In like an hour,
in like an
right?
hour again. Yeah, before I edit this, because I'm probably going to put this on Friday. Mm-hmm. It's great. I have no spoilers to the game, and it's wonderful. There are new characters introduced. There's like a sexy alien that you find with like tentacles and wood. Yeah. And it's just very fun. It's so much fun to play with. I'm so glad I waited to play with someone else. And I'm so glad I'm playing with Will Party, our friend who's going to be on
very soon.
Not next week, but the week after.
I thought it is next week.
No. Next week we're doing another thing. We're going to put the collab ones at the end of the month. Okay. January's a 5 Monday month. We're doing 5 movies.
Yeah, but
for video games. Or we could do it. I mean, we could do it, but like...
I thought we were doing Will's first, because we need more time for the other one.
Well, we need more time for the last one, but not Mortal Kombat. We're still doing Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. I'm going to do the collabs at the end of the week. So next week we're doing Mortal Kombat, guys.
Okay,
the
spoiler.
The old one. And anyway, so yeah. So I've been enjoying that. I finished Final Fantasy 3, and... Lauren is playing with her pants right now. She hasn't pulled up like a fucking Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And I can't focus. And
I'm so sorry.
So I did that. Later this month, is going to be a good time for the Xbox guy.
The Xbox guy?
The Xbox guy.
Oh,
like
the
me.
average Xbox enjoyer.
Yeah, the average Xbox enjoyer.
Sure. Wasn't it Todd? What's his name?
What? Oh, Phil Spencer's birthday today.
I was going to say Todd Howard. I was like, that's not the right video game guy.
No, I don't know when his birth. I don't know when. I don't remember these birthdays. I just see things on Twitter. But yeah, it's Phil Spencer's birthday. But yeah, Halo Infinite. If you haven't played the campaign yet, unfortunately the Steam sale is over, so you can't get it for $30. But they are usually discounted in disc form if you have an Xbox, because nobody is buying it physically.
Nope.
Did you see that UK game sales were 90% digital last year?
No, but I'd believe it, especially
Isn't
given
that
the last...
wild?
Well, I feel like a lot of it is people just... Maybe people are switching to preferring digital games.
I think they are like, big time.
Mainstream, but also COVID definitely kept people from going into a store and purchasing it. Although I guess you could order it, but like, what's the point?
But last year, the year that everything opened back up again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I imagine like digital sales were through the roof in 2020.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's wild like that. It's just strange that, well, not strange. It's probably like there's probably so much information that they hide from you. It's like actually like we actually sell like almost all of our games physical, but like it's weird because at least in the UK where this report was from. Mm-hmm. My Instagram feed is like half of just people from the UK who collect games and like have those big game rooms with the PlayStation logo.
Yeah,
neon lights.
you did send me a lot of those when you were getting them all at first.
Like you'd think that like they were like the majority, but I guess they aren't. Like, and also a lot of people in the UK just play FIFA.
Yeah.
So why? Yeah.
Wow.
It's just you can definitely see that the tides are turning. Like. To no more physical games. I don't even know why. Like, I do know why, because I kind of like having them around. But, like, I think I'm going to get to the point, especially when I get the PS5, where I'm just going to say, fuck it.
I mean, you do want a digital-only PS5. Don't
yeah.
you? I like the way they look better.
I like the way they look better.
They don't have an USI.
They don't have an USI. You're right. But, I kind of do like having discs, because some of them actually can run off the disc.
What if they walked instead?
Well, then they would be in a slow, like, CD. That's a PlayStation 1 game. They walk in the disc. No, but, like, some of them do actually, like, run off the disc, but most of the disc just installs the game. And then the disc is just the piracy check. It's so weird.
That is weird.
We will, the next generation, I could see even, like, the next Switch. Oh, God. Can you imagine if the next Switch didn't have, like, a game port?
I would scream.
I mean...
Well, I honestly wouldn't be too surprised because, like, pretty much all Switch games have Last Charm and buying them.
Really?
Because, think about it. Like, back with, DS games and 3DS games, they still came with, the manual and stuff. Well, and even stickers and stuff sometimes.
The niche Japanese stuff still comes with manuals.
Story of Seasons did come with manuals, which I was very surprised. I think that's the first Switch game I've seen come with a manual, personally.
My Trails of Cold Steel games did.
You didn't play that on Switch for very long, though.
I played it for 30 hours on the Switch before it started crashing all the time.
But yeah, before it bricked on you.
But no, can you, the reason why I get physical Switch games is because, I know, I don't know, but, their track record for, having an eShop that's going to be up 5 years after the console's gone is really low.
Pretty slim, yeah.
But I honestly think, there's just so much success with the Switch that I think they're in panic mode about, do we just keep the same eShop? Do we make it fully backwards compatible?
They're going to have to. They're going to be riots.
Lauren, it's a fucking video game. Shut up.
Okay, well, you know what I mean, though? They're going to be internet e-boy riots.
I'm actually kind of, falling into the category of what my screenless shout-out is this week.
Oh.
By speculating about something, but something video game related. But
okay.
I guess we'll stop there. So yeah, it's weird to see that news and information's coming out that physical media, all this shit, the market that just imploded after COVID too, with super high prices for games that you can download on your computer, borrow off the internet forever. That was my chair. If you heard that, we're sitting on the dining room chairs. Yeah. It's just weird to see that's actually happening. And then of course I'll get my digital PS5 and be like, well, I'm part of the problem. So I guess that's it. Before we start talking about Doom from 2005-ish, 2004, 2005, we would like to talk about another movie that we watched yesterday.
2 days ago.
2 days ago at this point. Mm-hmm. We watched Puss
in Boots.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. And holy shit.
Oh my god.
Everybody.
Talk about a cinematic fucking masterpiece.
No, this is I know we watched all the Shrek movies on here, and I never saw the first Puss in Boots.
I didn't either.
And I mean, obviously I know who Puss in Boots is, and we're big fans of Shrek, but this is the best case for letting something sit for 10 years and then picking it back up.
Yes.
Yeah. Because now there's all the nostalgia.
Aged fine wine.
Yeah, I think Puss in Boots came out 10-ish years ago.
Because it came after the Shrek movies.
Yeah, I remember the game was on PS3. So it had to have been 10 years ago.
I didn't know there was a game.
Yeah, so I guess this fits into gaming month because Puss in Boots has his own video game.
Sure.
So, yeah, this is the best case for letting your shit sit for 10 years. Mm-hmm. Gain that, I miss, Puss in Boots is such a good movie.
Yeah.
Shrek was so good. And just riding it out later.
Shrek 2 is other than Shrek 4, I guess now is our favorite, but Shrek 2 was the one with Puss in Boots in it.
Right, and that was the most successful one. But it was really good. The opening to the movie was crazy.
Oh my god, it was so good.
It was it did that thing with the animation Spider-Verse did, where it cuts the frames down.
Yeah, but also I saw a lot of screen caps of it. You don't notice it too much as you're watching the movie, but it's a very painterly style. This is you can see the brushstrokes and everything. It's literally moving art. And
a lot of the edges and stuff and the fur just looks very colorful. Compare it to
it's so vibrant,
hyper realistic Shrek, the Shrek movies.
Yeah, that was the first thing I noticed was the people looked more like just regular DreamWorks characters instead of the
super realistic
Uncanny
people.
Valley borderline.
I showed.
CGI.
Let me show you something. I was telling Sam about it earlier today.
Yeah.
And I was so look at the comparison here. I was we were talking about the wolf.
Oh my god!
And I was look at this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks so much more less disturbing.
That was half the joke with that other wolf.
Yeah, I know. But so what I just showed Lauren was the picture of the big bad wolf from Shrek with the the gown on, and then
versus
the Death Wolf.
Death Wolf.
Yeah, so very good movie. Very, obviously, like, and it's a story.
Yeah, the story was pretty basic, honestly.
But it was cool how they did it. I always like how they handle the fairy tale stuff and
in the
Shrek universe, the Shrekiverse.
I was gonna say, going back to our conversation that we had about do other countries exist?
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Yeah,
because this took place in like Shrek Spain or Mexico.
Yeah, like he is in Shrek Spain or Mexico.
Yeah, everyone spoke Spanish. Yeah. Everything was like a Spanish. I guess joke. I don't know. I don't want to say Spanish joke, but you know what I mean. It was a lot of it was very like Hispanically themed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, the mail's here.
Yeah, the mail's here at 7:00 at night.
Yeah. So. I lost my train of thought because I took a swig of water.
Swig of water.
Took a little swig of water. And I forgot what we were going to talk about.
Well, we were talking about Puss in Boots.
Yeah, so very good movie.
The plot was very basic. Yeah. And it ended up being one of those, like, the friends you made along the way
Power
type
friendship,
stories.
Yeah. But I would say it's worth watching. It was very pretty, funny at times.
It makes me wonder if the next Shrek movie is going to be like this, because they are definitely making a Shrek movie.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the same sort of style, and I really hope so.
Me too.
The only thing I don't really like about it, and we're probably going to keep it brief here, because our main focus is a completely different kind of movie. The only thing I thought was weird is that when they do that, like, limited frame animation, like, they stop doing it when it's not, like, an action scene. And I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of it to begin with. Like,
I didn't mind it too much.
It doesn't look, I mean, it looks good, but like, it looks weird on a big TV.
On the big screen?
On the big screen, on the big good screen.
Yeah.
But on the little screen, it usually looks better. And usually, and probably if we get this on like a 4K Blu-ray, like the Doom DVD.
Yeah. Just like the Doom DVD.
Just like the Doom DVD, yeah, like Doom. We could probably see some of the visual stuff better than on the.
I really want to see the behind the scenes stuff for this movie.
Like a guy clicking on his mouse, like, "Hey, this is how I made Puss move his arms."
Yes.
Hey, I'm an animator. Look. You know what's good about these kind of movies, like the DreamWorks movies? They don't have the CalArts smile.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, very good movie. We highly recommend it. Current movie, good screen material.
Very good movie. I think it's out digitally already.
Is it?
On streaming.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to go see it in the theater, so.
I'm glad we saw it. You know, there's one other. We almost did not record today, by the way.
We didn't?
Yes, there's something limited release. Today's the last day. And I really wanted to go see it, but I would have to drive all the way to Reading.
To see what?
Shin Ultraman had a limited release.
What?
But the only one that wasn't English dubbed was in Reading.
Ah.
And I was like, do I want to...
When's the last day to see it?
Today.
Why didn't we go see it?
I had no clue. I had no clue. Like, usually, like, I don't, like, often check the Metacritic, but I check Metacritic every week at least, and usually like reviews come out earlier in the week, but like today I checked and it was like the first day that the review was showing up, like, and it had like an 84 on Metacritic.
Oh gosh.
And I was like, oh shit. And I look up, it's like Fathom Events or whatever, and a few places around here were showing it, but a lot of them were like English dub, and I don't like when it's an English dub over another language.
Yeah, no, I
think it's corny. Well, I mean, it is kind of corny, but it's Ultraman.
It fits with the theme.
You know, yeah, but either way, I was like,
I want to see it in Japanese.
Yeah, so it'll be out on Blu-ray eventually, I'm sure. We can take a look at it. It's like a retelling of like the original story, and it's a movie though. It's not a syndicated like made for TV movie. So. Almost completely derailed the day, but I decided that it was more important to come home and stay home because I already saw a movie this week.
That's fair. We would have had to pay full price for this movie, too.
And we would have had to pay full price. Probably more. Usually these limited things are like a lot.
Oof.
Anyway, so let's go ahead and start talking about our main topic this week. In the second week of Video Game Month, a movie called Doom.
A little movie called Doom.
Yep. All right, Lauren, let me pull up the IMDb because we never do that.
Sure.
I'll read the reviews.
Okay.
Oh, this is going to be hard to do. Doom movie. Metacritic. Here we go. Oh, boy. Yeah, it did come out in 2005.
Oh, okay. You sounded like...
I sounded like Chef John.
Chef John.
All right. Doom, let me try that again. Doom, the landmark video game that electrified a generation, leaps from the computer screen to the big screen as a terrifying sci-fi horror action movie adventure. They didn't say that.
That's a very long sentence.
Transporting audiences to a dark and disturbing future with all the visceral excitement and horror that made its gaming predecessor a global phenomenon, Universal. In quotes, because Universal made it. All right.
Oh, wait, did it really?
Yeah.
Well, that makes that one sequence make a lot more sense.
It felt like a fucking...
They probably did put it on a fucking ride.
There might have been a Doom ride, yeah. All right, well, let me pull up the most positive rating. Okay. This is from a guy named Does It Matter from 2008. He said it was loosely based on the game, had some gore, some action, some good and bad acting, and a first-person scene. In other words, it's the best game adaptation since ever.
I think it was one of the first game adaptations, but okay.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other ones that came out before then, other than that shitty Mario movie.
There were next week.
Oh, Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, we will see then.
Ooh.
We will absolutely see then. So we got to look at negative ratings now. We got to look at one that's really bad. Number 0 is the review. It's a 0 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Doom is so horrible and disappointing that it hurts just to watch because it is an adaptation of one of the greatest shooting games of all time. It is an offense for the same. It just ends there.
What year did that review get posted?
2016.
Oh.
So, before we get into the movie Doom, we have to talk about the game, which Lauren didn't play. So, after we watched the movie, I played like the first 2 levels of the first Doom movie, which is turning 30 this year,
game.
like me.
The Doom game.
The Doom game, yes.
Yeah, you said the Doom movie.
Oh, sorry. The Doom game from 1993. You guys are both turning 30. I'm a little older than Doom.
Really?
Yes. It came out in December of 1993. Yeah, I'm a little bit older, and...
Wow.
It was when Doom came out. It was like one of the first we need a rating system games.
Really?
Next week's movie is also going to be one of the we need a rating system games, but I'll have a little story to tell about that.
I also have a story about Mortal Kombat.
Okay. And it was violent, and usually it came out first as I'm probably going to get this all wrong, but this is just a short summary. I'm not like a super Doom fan. It came out as shareware first, so you would just get it on a floppy disk and copy it over, and every chapter or story part of it, you would get another floppy disk for, and eventually it came out to retail, and it was such a big hit that you could get it. And there's so many different kinds of the specifically the first Doom game, because it was not really. It was made by some guys in an apartment building. Oh. I don't know if they had an office or not. I did watch a documentary about it years ago, but it started as something really small and people just loved it. I don't even think you needed a mouse to play it.
Was this the first indie game?
It wasn't the no. It wasn't the first indie game per se, and it wasn't the first person shooter, but it was probably
the first best one.
No, Wolfenstein was the first best one.
Oh.
And it was by the same people.
Really?
But it was a technical marvel.
Yeah.
Like, at the time, people couldn't get the screen to scroll for, like, a Mario-like game on a computer. And they had, like, a scrolling, bobbing head in a 3D plane.
Yeah.
With, like, everything, like, all the character models were sprites, obviously. But, like, the environments were all 3D. Lauren, you really need to stop doing that.
I'm sorry. Our kitchen table chairs suck. They make fart noises whenever you move.
No, it's not that. It's just like you keep lifting up your shirt like a 10-year-old.
I was reaching to my shoulder hurts.
You can touch it from here.
No, it's the heat of my hand.
Okay.
The heat of my hand helps.
All right. So Lauren's distracting me by lifting her shirt like any woman.
Sorry, I'm just flashing Russell all the time.
Yeah. I hate when that happens. So yeah, it was a big deal when it came out. The second one was arguably better, and then the third game was a little different. Although I think the third game is more in line with what this movie was going for, like dark and horror. Like, it was more of a horror game. It wasn't like run around like your pants are on fire and collect shit and whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they were going for this movie. I do not know when they started production of this movie. It would have had to have been before they knew about the third game, probably. But
yeah,
it was a big deal to see it in theaters because at the time there weren't many video game movies, and I think the last one that was like successful was the Pokemon movie. But
does that count?
Yeah, it counts.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Pokemon was a video game first.
Okay.
And then trading card game, and then it had anime and a movie. Actually, no, the Digimon movie would have been closer. So
okay, anyway.
Either way, I guess people liked it back then. As we saw in the reviews that we read on I read on Metacritic.
Yeah.
2008 guy really liked it, and 2016 guy did not really like it. It is very different from the game.
Yes.
Would you agree?
I would.
From the 2 levels I played?
Yes.
What is the first thing that you realized was different? You said it when I was playing it.
What?
Whoosh.
What?
All right. Well, the first thing that Lauren, I'll just speak for her because she can't remember, even though she wrote all these notes down. So there are no enemies that shoot fireballs at you.
Oh, yeah. That would have been cool.
I guess they were kind of accurate in showing like zombie like Marines.
Yeah.
Because I guess those are some of the characters.
Yeah.
But it's a one-man show in the game, and this is like a squad of guys.
Yeah.
Very different movie. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. All right, well,
what do you have written down, Lauren? You wrote down a page full of stuff about this movie.
I wrote down a page and a half.
All right, what do you got to say?
Well, as soon as the movie opens up, there is a very iconic line.
What did he say, Lauren?
The guy who was kind of like the
tough guy?
No, shit. What's that guy from Family Guy?
Quagmire?
Yeah, the Quagmire of the group.
Oh boy.
Well, that's what he reminded me of.
Yeah, okay.
Like as soon as the movie starts, we see all the guys sitting in their little room. And there's one guy who is...
Their quarters.
Their quarters.
Their little room.
And there's one guy...
It was so small it could have been a dime. Go ahead, sorry.
And they're all making fun of this new guy who... He's obviously new because he's very baby-faced.
Yeah.
And everyone else is like pushing 40. Except for The Rock, I guess. Everyone else looks a lot older.
The Rock was in his 20s, I think, during this.
I know, isn't that crazy?
So...
That was one of the first things I said. I was like, oh my god, he's so young.
He had hair in this movie.
He did, hardly, but yeah.
And he was referred to as The Rock.
Yeah.
On the TV.
Yes.
On the Blu-ray disc.
Yeah, they didn't call him Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah,
they
just
called
The
him
Rock.
The Rock.
All right, go on.
Okay, so anyway, the Quagmire dude turns to the new guy. And he says, the other day I asked Sergeant for some pussy, and the next day he brought you on the team.
Isn't that such a burn?
I was like, what the fuck? And I commented, like, misogyny exists even on Mars.
Yeah, they were pretty this was during the definite
this was 2005.
Early 2000s, so there was a lot of high cut shirts?
No, low cut V-neck shirts, and the girls had
crop top.
Not really, no, but none of the girls were wearing bras.
Yeah, no one was wearing a bra, and the nipples is very cold on Mars.
It's cold, I guess.
So they were poking through like a poker.
Wow, you have such a way with words.
They were poking through like a poker, and wow, yeah, they were. That was something else. Like, thankfully, only 2 women died in the movie.
I guess. Well,
thankfully?
No. Remember, there was that room full of women and children.
Oh yeah.
That The Rock went back for.
So this movie is
okay.
This movie is crazy.
This movie is the one movie I think The Rock has played the bad guy.
Yeah, he was bad in this movie.
He was very fucking bad.
Spoiler alert. He was not a good Marine.
No, he was a very bad Marine.
He violated the Geneva Convention.
He did.
He violated international space law, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Intergalactic space law? Solar system law? What do you think, like, in this world, which apparently started becoming a thing in 2026 in the movie?
2026 is when they found the way to get to Mars.
They found the portal.
But this movie takes place in, like, 2046.
Our lifetime.
Yes.
Probably.
And America very quickly colonized Mars, which sounds about right.
Yeah. And they don't really go into detail about the logistics of everything.
No.
It doesn't even look like there are domes over anything, which...
No, they're kind of just...
is crazy.
There. Apparently the atmosphere was breathable.
The atmosphere's... They nuked it, like everyone said.
Yeah.
What do you think, like... I'm reading the series... the Expanse series, and in that, like, they don't go into like hyper detail about stuff, but like they explain like Mars is just like domed, livable areas.
Yeah.
But there's like governments have just become the planets, so like Mars's government is just people from Mars, and Earth's government is just people from Earth. But like I don't know, they haven't really gone into detail if there's just like not a lot of people left on those planets in comparison to what it was like now.
It seemed like Earth was still normal, but Mars was like new territory. They didn't make it seem like we were on other planets yet. Yeah. It seemed like it was only Mars because there was the special, what they call it, the Atlas, the Axis, the something.
Yeah.
That like goopy portal that led them back. The Ark, thank you.
Yeah.
That led them. Forgive me.
To Earth.
Back and forth from
By the way,
Earth
Lauren,
to Mars.
The vibrations and the Discord noises and everything, can't hear it. So, don't worry about that.
Well, it's on the table, so I thought...
No, that's what the shock mounts are for.
Okay.
Anyway. So, took a lot of liberties. I mean, when you're dealing with a game that... is basically like you found a portal to hell.
There's that, but it was also like I don't want to make everything in the early 2000s about being post 9/11, but like it was because it was like fantastical.
Oh.
And all anyone wanted was to kill bad things.
Well, yeah. I mean, it got that much right from the game.
I guess so.
Remember when the Martian spacecraft hit the tower on Mars in there? Did you see that?
What?
The twin Mars towers? You said it was post 9/11.
What?
You said this movie is post 9/11, so
yeah, it
had to have a 9/11 theme.
I don't know.
I don't know what you meant by that either. So yeah, it's basically just like
it didn't have to make sense.
Yeah, there's a virus, and it's
but
like
the
a
virus
leech.
turned some people into superhumans and other people into zombies.
It was selective, and like it was
Yeah.
kind of like that part was interesting. A
Yeah,
little bit.
I want to know how she knew that her brother wouldn't turn into a zombie. Although I'm assuming she probably did some sort of like genetic testing before.
Yeah.
Because like, so his sister worked on the Mars space station as an archaeologist.
Carl Urban, not The Rock.
Carl Urban, yes.
Yeah.
And they apparently also like grew up on that space station.
Yeah, and their parents died.
Their parents died in some horrific accident while they were doing an archaeological dig.
Mars 9/11.
Mars 9/11.
Yeah.
And so like part of the plot point was he was upset that she was even there in the first place
Because of the trauma.
because of the trauma. And
He did have
like,
a trauma moment too.
Yeah, and he was like, well, how can you keep doing this after all that happened here? And she was like, because someone has to.
She's trying to advance humanity.
That too.
What else did you write down, Lauren?
I wrote down another great quote. That was that the sister said to her brother.
Okay.
To Carl Urban. Or maybe she said it to the other dude, the big dude that kept hitting on her.
I think so.
One of the two. She said, "Does it ever bother you that you could have spent your life looking down a microscope instead of a sniper scope?"
Oh.
That felt like an Eminem line. I was like, whoa.
Whoa.
That's fresh. So yeah, that must have been her talking to Carl Urban.
Yeah, that was Carl Urban.
Yeah, because it was like when they were talking about how he could have been up there as well doing research
helping
instead
out.
of being a Marine.
Well, they wouldn't have made it.
Who?
Everyone.
If he wasn't a Marine?
Yeah, he saved the day.
I guess so. Okay, and then the next thing I wrote down was, is it that easy to rip off your ear?
I think it is. I think ripping off, like Van Gogh did it.
Van Gogh cut off his ear.
He cut it off? Oh.
He cut it off and like...
Well, remember when they got infected, they got the super strength? So he probably just ripped it off. Let's find out, Lauren.
Okay. 1,
Rip.
2, 3. Rip. Insert paper ripping sound.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. I can
Wow.
hear everything now. No, I don't know. But like, I think, so in the beginning of the movie, they found the scientists that got attacked in the very beginning of their movie.
Yeah.
And,
They must have gotten there within a few hours of that.
yeah.
Because they even said that it took like 9 hours or something
not
for it
very
to
long.
fully take a hold of you.
So he's like huddled in the corner and he rips his ear off and they're like, whoa, dude, calm down. They take him
Yeah,
to
they're like,
the
calm the
hospital.
fuck down, yeah.
I was confused as to when they were on Mars and when they were on Earth.
That did give me at first too.
Yeah, because
But
it's hard to tell. Like, everything looked the same.
It looks the same, that's how you know. Yeah.
The portal was just like this gloop.
That they went through.
It looked like the Xbox. I guess you know what it looks like because I have it as a background, like
Yeah.
that little like orb from the original Xbox.
Yeah, it does.
But it was silver.
Yeah.
So that was really weird. What did you think about who's your favorite character in this movie, Lauren?
I liked the guy who went all emo when he said "God damn it."
Yeah, that was weird.
That was weird. That was the next thing I'd written down, but I also thought he was a pretty interesting character anyways.
Didn't really go anywhere.
No. So like they were doing something and he said "God damn it."
He dropped something.
He dropped some. Oh yeah, like the barrel fell down the stairs or something.
Really awkwardly. Yeah.
Yeah. And he said "God damn it." And then he pulled his sleeve up and got a knife out.
Cut a cross into his arm.
Carved a fucking cross onto his arm.
Yeah.
And the new kid was like looking at him like, what the hell? And he was like, I said his name in vain. I was like, what the hell?
Really out of the blue there. Like,
yeah.
I know there's a lot of like, it's supposed to be like that these are demons from hell, but they don't really explain or show, not explain, but like even show that these things are, they just assume that they're coming from Mars.
I just liked how weird all the characters were.
Yeah.
All of them had their own weird little thing, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah. My favorite character was The Rock. who was like really, really, really bad in this movie.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to be the bad guy.
Yeah, do you have anything else you want to share before we go into that?
A quote from later on that The Rock said.
Okay, what did he say?
He said, his condition is irreversible because his condition is that he is dead. That was really good.
So later on in the movie, is that all you have to share?
I mean, there's more, but
okay.
It ties into the next conversation.
All right. So basically, The Rock is the squad leader, and when he finds out that people are going to be reanimated if they die, he just goes, "Okay, guys, let's just shoot everyone.
Let's just kill
everybody.
Kill everyone, whether they actually have been like touched by a creature or not. We're just gonna kill everybody.
Chaotic good, basically."
No, I wouldn't say chaotic good. I'd say lawful evil.
Lawful evil?
Yes.
Okay. So The Rock is like, and then Carl Urban's like, no, wait, no, we can't do that because my sister just found out that half of them, if they don't show any symptoms, will be fine. Superhumans. They'll be fine, or they didn't get infected at all.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I assumed because of how she was talking about, like, it's selective, as in it selects who it turns into a creature and who it doesn't.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, and then The Rock's like, well, I don't give a shit. I'm going to kill everyone.
Yeah.
And then she injects Carl Urban with the super soldier serum.
Yeah, literally.
And he somehow gets teleported way away from her and goes on like a little...
That was weird.
It was like, weird.
How do you get on the other side of the ship?
It was strange that happened, but I think the first person part after that was kind of cool.
I liked it a lot.
It was a nice little homage.
If I saw it in an IMAX, I would have gotten motion sick.
I would have gotten motion sick too.
But it was pretty cool.
Like they were really trying to make it like, we played the game, guys. We know that it's first person.
Like, and as we were watching it, like, I didn't know this movie was produced by Universal.
Yeah.
But now knowing that, I'm like, they probably definitely did this so they could put it in some sort of ride.
Was there a ride?
I can look it up.
Yeah, look it up real quick.
But it definitely felt like one of those, like, simulation rides you play at, like, the arcade.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And speaking of, like, little pullbacks to the game, the doctor in the beginning that ripped his ear off was Dr. Carmack. Yeah. And John Carmack was one of the inventors of Doom.
Oh,
he was the programmer for it. Yeah, he went on to work for Oculus, which became MetaQuest.
Oh.
Or whatever, and he does not work there anymore because he hates the company.
So in my brief Googling right now, I can't find anything about Doom the movie.
Yeah.
There's the Doctor Doom ride, which is just like a drop ride. But I can only assume they must have done some sort of motion-based ride with that footage and probably more.
This also could have bombed in the box office and they did nothing with it.
Possibly.
Yeah. I feel like it would have been like a Defunctland episode.
That'd be good.
And I watched so much of that while I was sick.
You would have seen it by now.
I would have saw it, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Lauren, you got anything else?
The dog dies.
The dog dies.
The dog dies very hard. It hard
Many
dies. Dogs die.
Yeah, a lot of animals die.
A lot of animals die.
They shoot a monkey through a vent.
Yeah. So little Reese's monkey.
Yeah. Wow. We've been going for 45 minutes.
And counting.
Yeah.
I said, so the first time that one of the big zombie monsters like shot his tongue out at someone.
Yeah.
I said, he darted that dude's neck like really hard.
He darted. Ugh.
Yeah.
Tongue darting.
I wrote down the quote when the sister is talking with that big dude and he was like flirting with her and she was just like, okay.
It was really awkward.
Yeah, and one of the things that he said was, that's not the only big thing I got. Because she said something about, like, using his big gun or something. He was like, that's not the only big thing I got.
Yeah, very...
I was like, oh, this is definitely 2005.
Yeah.
And that's all I really had to say. I think my favorite quote was
The pussy
his
one?
condition is death. No.
Oh, his condition is death.
His condition is death. His condition is irreversible because his condition is death.
I like The Rock in this movie because he still spoke like he was holding the mic at a WWE.
Oh, yes.
Like, on the ring.
This must have been so freshly hot off a WWE
He was
ring.
still a wrestler.
Was he?
At this time, I think, yeah.
It really gave off those
every
vibes.
line, like, you know, he has his, like, gravelly, like, The Rock voice, or, like, his kind The Rock voice now.
Yeah.
He just had his like persona, The Rock voice.
It was like his persona was playing this role.
Yeah, except he was really evil, and The Rock
bad.
Wouldn't consider to be evil in real life at all.
No.
Although people aren't fans of him, apparently, I don't understand that.
I don't know.
How could you like just not like the guy?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, or is he? He has a TV show called Young Rock that's definitely all true.
Yes, it is 100% all fact.
I'm gonna watch it eventually.
Apparently, I think the first parts of it are probably pretty much based in fact.
Yeah.
Because I know he did grow up with, like, Andre the Giant.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, that part's all true. The whole wrestling thing is all true.
It's probably a little more, like, TV appropriate.
Yeah, a lot of the other stuff, though, is probably just, like, written
like,
for the show.
Aren't I awesome? Like, I imagine, like, there's some rough episodes, like, The Rock does something bad and learns to be a better person.
Yeah, like, stuff that maybe didn't happen or is only very vaguely based on something that really happened.
But he's only doing the show just to, you know, kind of... There's nothing nefarious going on there.
No, he's just
It's not tooting his own horn. It's just like... Hey guys, this is where I came from.
His story is pretty cool.
His story is really interesting. Like,
yeah, did you know his daughter's wrestling? His oldest daughter's a wrestler.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, she's also The Rock.
She's the third Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because his dad was Rocky.
Yeah.
When I went to technical school, my recruiter at the school
was he The Rock?
He wasn't The Rock. No. He, you know. He was a big fan of Superman.
Okay.
And he was a big fan of wrestling and The Rock.
Sure.
And this is before I really embraced, like, it was before I had a life-sized cardboard cutout of The Rock in my living room.
Rock, yes.
And I wasn't really, like, aware of him at all. I thought wrestling was something for dude bros, which
I always thought wrestling was cringe. Because I was like, this is weird adult entertainment and I don't understand it. But it's not made for kids. It's made for adults. And it's super fucking funny.
Now, like looking at it now, like wrestling is just like the funniest shit in the world.
Yes, because part of the fun is that it's all fake and choreographed, but like they take it so seriously.
It's just like pretend, like when you're playing with your friends.
Yes,
and that's why wrestling, like at least for kids my age, like it was really popular because we all thought it was real.
Oh yeah,
and people wanted to be just like them. And, and of course I don't know anyone who's like The Rock
or John Cena.
I mean,
my dad, I don't see him.
I haven't seen a lot of people from high school in a while or middle school in a while. Yeah, I heard you. Very funny. I was making the same joke.
Oh, you don't see your friends?
Yeah, I don't see any of my friends from elementary school anymore. So
yeah,
they might as well be John Cena.
Yeah.
But yeah, like. What was I getting at?
You were talking about your recruiter.
Oh yeah, my recruiter at BTI. So I had a recruiter, and I wasn't a big fan of The Rock, but he left me a note that had like, you know, I hope you do a good job.
Yeah.
You're a really cool person. Really got to know you during the recruitment process and the like admissions process, and and you're gonna do great and everything. And then he left like a quote from The Rock in it. And I don't remember. I don't have the letter anymore. Unfortunately, I think I lost it. But I remember it being like a very like inspirational. I was like, "This is the wrestler who said this." Like, I was like, "What the fuck?" It was like something he would write on an Instagram post.
Oh yeah.
But like before Instagram was super popular, like definitely something very inspiring. Like you got to wake up at 4 a.m. to go to your technical school, and you're going to make so many friends and stuff. Like, no, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, like the grind never stops.
It was basically like, you know, do your best, and if you do your best, great things will come out of it, basically like that. But it was worded very well and eloquently. And then I realized that he was no longer a wrestler, and he's a movie star now. And and then, of course, now I have the deepest admiration for him, and it's part of the reason why I wake up at 4 a.m., because he does it, but he works out.
He works out like 5 times a day.
Yeah.
He is a traveling gym.
Iron Paradise.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, people think he's on steroids, which at this point, I don't care if he is.
At this point, I would like believe it a little bit because like he's pretty old and still doing this shit. Like I know if you're like just really healthy, then like if you do the stuff your whole life, then you're fine.
You can tell he's getting older. Like he used to be huge, and now he's like a little less huge.
He's still pretty huge.
I think once you're huge like that, like you just kind of stay. Like if you're working out like he does and eating like he does,
yeah,
you're going to be huge.
You're going to stay huge, but it's also like if you stop, then you'll get small.
Yeah, you'll get small, and in his case, probably fat because there's so much muscle there. That just
yeah.
But
like comparing how he looks now to how he looked in this movie, he's definitely a lot more jacked now.
He's more jacked now
comparatively.
Yeah.
But he was, like, healthily jacked in this one, as opposed to now he's kind of like, why do you need to be that jacked?
Because he's The Rock. But I think
so.
He's going slowly getting back to that as he gets older.
Yeah, I think he's slowing
Like, there was
down.
peak Rock, like, a few years ago during the Fast and Furious, where he was, like, arguably maybe on steroids for that, but...
Possibly.
But yeah, so The Rock is in this movie.
Yes! The end.
The end. Lauren, would you say that this movie is good screen material?
I think this belongs on the good screen.
It belongs on the good screen.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's a new thing we're doing.
Sure, you just made it up right now.
Is this a good screen or a bad screen?
I'd say this is a good screen. It's good for if you're wanting to watch something that you don't have to put too much brain power into.
Yeah.
But also is somewhat nostalgic for the early 2000s if you're older and missed that time period.
Right.
And also just a pretty basic action movie.
Would you ever watch it again?
No.
Me either. I think I would say it is a good screen. I think that like it's not like the worst video game movie ever.
No.
Trust me, you'll probably not like the next week's at all.
Oh no.
But I think like they did what they could with like a game with no story.
Yeah, I mean they made a story that worked.
Wait a minute, hold on. I have to address something.
Among Us?
No. There's a Doom paperback sci-fi book.
Do you think it's based on the book?
Based on based on the game that released like in the 90s. So I guess there is some material there. But anyway, I think if they were going for something that tied more into the third Doom game, which is more of a survival horror, very super dark game.
Yeah.
They nailed it as best they could. I would never watch this again though.
Yeah, me neither. But
I am going to use the download code to get it on Apple TV though.
It was worth the one watch. Like I wouldn't say it's a bad movie, but it's not like groundbreaking.
Yeah,
except the first person part was kind of cool.
That was kind of cool.
I've never seen that in a movie before.
It was that was interesting.
Mm.
And I think I would if I ever watch this again, I'd put it on a different language.
Oh, that makes everything better.
Yeah.
That's half the reason why I stopped watching Breaking Bad.
You couldn't put it in the Japanese dub?
I really wanted to watch it in Japanese, but apparently Netflix North America servers don't let you do that. Yeah. But they do in other servers, so.
In other servers, yeah.
Time to get a VPN.
Well, we had a VPN. Hey, VPN sponsorship.
Hey, NordVPN.
NordVPN.
Please.
I used to have you, but I can't afford it. It'd be great if you sponsored the podcast.
Give us a sponsorship so I can watch Breaking Bad with Japanese.
The only sponsorship I'd ever take is from Wawa.
No, I take NordVPN.
You would take NordVPN?
I take NordVPN.
I don't know. Well, when we get to that bridge, when people start listening.
Yeah. Come on, people.
Yeah.
Listen.
I really don't want to work ever. I'd rather just do this all day.
Yes.
So, yeah, I guess we're done talking about Doom. So let's go ahead and switch over to our next topic. Lauren, what is your screenless shout out?
My screenless shout out this week. I have 2 of them.
2?
Yes. The first one is Rest.
Rest.
I was very sick this week.
You were.
I had some good rest.
That's great. You played Story of Seasons.
You
slept a lot.
I slept a lot. And I just laid in bed a lot. And it felt very good.
Can I guess what your second one is?
Sure.
Is it soup?
No, but you did make some really yummy soup.
I made some soup for Lauren.
Russell made some really yummy tomato soup and some especially really, really yummy chicken noodle soup.
And we
chicken noodle soup.
froze some of it.
We froze some of it.
I put turmeric in it and made everything yellow.
Yeah, and it just was really good.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah. And my second one, I forgot what my second one is.
Oh, come on. Can I go?
Sure, I'll see if I remember.
My screenless shout out is the store Vans.
Oh, yeah.
I think this technically happened before we recorded the last one, but I went into the Vans store looking for shoes that I figured would hurt my feet, but I wanted to wear because I wanted to be cool.
Yeah.
And the lady that was there was so nice, and she let me try on 3 different pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
And only one of them.
They give you so many because they're trying to upsell.
Oh yeah, well whatever. She gave me some variety. Marketing tactics be damned.
Yeah.
I was happy that I got 3 different kinds. One of them, I have really wide feet, by the way.
Yes.
I have
big clown feet.
Big clown, Bigfoot feet. And that was my
chair.
If that picked up. That was the chair. And so I haven't worn Vans in so long because they it literally feels like I have like a tendon in my foot, and if I wear Vans for too long and I'm not used to wearing them, it feels like that tendon is rock hard and that I just step on that.
Like your feet just lock up?
Like they lock up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I wish they made it for my feet. And now they have these new comfort insoles too. Mm-hmm. And I liked those, but still my feet kind of spilled over. And the lady was like, "Hey, we actually carry." Well, I knew they carried wide, so I was like, "Can I just order the wide shoes here because they don't have them in the store?" And I ordered them, and the lady was obviously she was selling me shoes, but she was super nice about it. The shipping was free. They shipped it to my house. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy to report that Vans wide shoes are wide enough for my feet.
Yeah.
I haven't even fucking worn them outside yet.
No.
But I put them on and I was like, this feels okay.
Vans are so comfortable, Russell.
Yeah.
I will admit, because I've been a Van wearer for probably 10 years now.
Yeah.
They are not good for wearing for multiple hours on end, high walking days.
I used to wear them when I worked retail.
Yeah. At least regular Vans.
I did that.
I never wore my Vans working retail because I already knew that wasn't a good idea.
Yeah.
But there's Vans sneakers now.
Yeah.
And there's also the Vans comfort cushion ones, which are apparently very good for being on your feet all day. Because I was thinking about getting some of the Vans sneakers because I just think they look really cool.
Yeah.
And there's some really cool colors and patterns. But as opposed to the regular skater shoes.
Yeah.
But they are so comfortable. All my Vans that I've all owned them. I think the only pair I don't wear anymore is that pink pair. That's just super worn, my pink
really
slip-ons.
ripped, yeah.
But it's because they're so comfortable.
Yeah.
I wore them to shreds.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little walksy poo around the neighborhood with them over the weekend.
Maybe just wear them to the grocery store or something at first.
Casual shoes.
Yeah, just wear them casually. Don't wear it on a full-on walk.
Yeah, But yeah, I'm super thrilled to announce that if you have wide feet, they sell wide shoes, and they're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was probably super boring for everyone. Did you remember what your second one was now?
No, but it was a similar theme.
Rest and soup.
Rest and digest.
Digest.
No, I was thinking about it on the way home from work, but I don't remember what it is now.
You said you're going to go to the gym with your friend.
Oh, yeah. Autumn and I are going to the gym on Monday.
Yeah.
Because she said she's looking for, I guess, a gym partner. Because she goes with her boyfriend a lot. But she doesn't, really enjoy working out with him.
Why?
Because they do such different stuff. They're just kind of there at the same time rather than doing it together.
Yeah. You don't do, a set and then switch.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking for. Because I did that with my other friend from my last job, too. And I liked doing that.
Okay.
Because she was trying to teach me how to do it, but then I stopped working there, and we just haven't talked to each other. Coincidentally, I don't hate her. She was very nice.
She was very nice. I remember.
Yes. Her. But Autumn is starting to go back to the gym now.
Okay.
And I'm going to join her, or try to at least.
You're going to become one of the buff Instagram models.
I'm going to have to start eating lean.
Yeah.
As in, like, with chicken, not doing lean.
eating lean, yum.
Well, I was also going to say, next time we go to Costco, we should get protein powder.
Really? You're going really hard. Wait, we have a whole bunch of it.
Do we still?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't even looked.
Yeah, we have a whole bunch of it.
I'm going to have to get milk.
Yeah.
All right, well, with milk.
And before we start talking about our grocery list, we want to thank everyone for watching this week's episode. I guess no one's watching on YouTube anymore because we haven't gotten any view. Well, things have been changing on YouTube with the algorithm.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you swear in the first 15 seconds, you get demonetized. Well, we're not making any money on YouTube, but
no, we're not making money.
It probably doesn't help with the algorithm because we say the bad words sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we mark them not safe for kids, but of course that probably dumps us in the bottom of the barrel too.
Yeah.
I should stop marking them and see if the views go up.
Try it.
Because it's not like we're showing like porn.
No,
we're just saying some bad words.
We did say some bad words.
Yeah, I try not to.
I don't. As in, I don't try not to.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, thank you everyone for watching or listening. We'll be back next week with Mortal Kombat, and then we will have 2 collab episodes at the end of the month. Mm-hmm. You can send us an email at goodscreenpod@gmail.com.
Tweet us at goodscreenpod on Twitter.
And Good Screen Pod on Instagram. You can send us a DM there.
Sure.
Or comment on the episode of the week post, and we might read it on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've done that.
Have we gotten any emails in the last 3 weeks?
No.
Please,
no.
Yeah, we appreciate emails.
Yeah.
Send us ideas for movies to see, maybe something niche that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Or something popular that you think is overrated that you want us to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything in between.
The sad reality is we probably won't make any headway until we start reviewing new movies.
I know. I feel like that's when we did get the most views, was when we were seeing a new movie like every other week.
Yeah. But that's okay. It's
expensive to go to the movies. It's expensive
unless we go on Tuesdays, which I prefer that.
I don't mind.
But yeah, so thank you everyone for watching and listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.